Hello viewers, I will be delivering a series of lecture on immunology. So to begin with immunology lectures, this lecture will be focusing on cells of immune system, that too on the granular ones. A slight introduction is needed before we start uh, focusing on cells of immune system. So all this study is immunology. Immunology is step by step learning about immune system. Now, what is an immune system? We all know that like any other organ system, whether it's skeleton system, muscular system, if we consider skeleton system, then there are specialized cells called osteoblasts. Osteoblasts forms tissue, form bones, and bones further form a framework, and that framework give rise to skeleton system. In similar way, there is an immune system in our body which consists of specialized cells, tissues, and organs. And this system is to protect self. Now, let us define what is self. Self is the body in which these immune cells are present. So, immune cells present in a particular body, here we will be talking about human body. So, cells present in particular human body, for these cells, that particular human body is self. So it will protect that particular human body from any other another individual that will be non-self for it, and any other foreign body too. Then how these cells of immune system function? They protect us by engulfing, ingesting, or secreting molecules, and then cleaning the debris of by the all those foreign enemies that have attacked the immune system. These cells of immune system will protect us by all those things that I've mentioned. Now, uh, coming to immune cells, they are also called as leukocytes and white blood cells also. Leukocytes because these cells are not having any kind of pigment. As RBCs have red pigment, so they are red blood cells. Leukocytes do not have any pigment, so they are white blood cells. They are formed in bone marrow. They are motile and they travel through blood, and they reaches to the site of wherever there is infection through blood vessels. And these cells are classified into two major groups: granular and agranular cells. Now, when we talk about granular cells, granular leukocytes, or you can call them WBCs, they are the immune cells. So, this lecture will be focusing on granular leukocytes, and this is my first lecture. I will be very happy to receive reviews, your views on my this first lecture. It will give me impetus to continue further. So coming back to granular leukocytes, these are the cells which we will be discussing in this lecture. They are called granular leukocytes because they have granules in them. They are of following types. One is neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, and mast cells. So, what are neutrophils? Neutrophils, while circulating in blood, when they are, I have told you, they are motile and they travel through blood. When they are traveling through blood, they are spherical. But whenever they get activated and come in contact with enemy, they have projections, pseudopodia like projections. Like you must have read about amoeba. Amoeba has pseudopodia, and amoeba takes its food through pseudopodia. In the similar way, neutrophils will capture the enemy through the projections, and it will engulf them inside themselves, and that way they continue to encounter the enemy, foreign or non-self non-self cells. Now, what are the organelles present in neutrophil? If we see neutrophil in a smear and we stain it and we are going to analyze it, what we will see, like any other cell, these neutrophils have nuclei. In this case, it has, in case of neutrophils, it has multi-lobe nuclei with varying shape. So these neutrophils are also called polymorphonuclear leukocytes because their morphology changes with they have multiple nucleus, and which are a chromatin thread-like structure. They are connected through these chromatin thread-like structures. You can see these. This is called chromatin thread-like structures, and these are neutrophils nucleus. And you can see the granules also. Why they are called neutrophils? Because they stain with neutral stains. So they are neutrophils, and they are the granules present in neutrophil have very important role. Every granular nucleosides granules are important. So these granules are azophilic granules, and which are primary granules, and there are secondary granules which are specific granules. So these granules has important role which we will be discussing in further lectures. But we should know when we are discussing about organelles of neutrophils, so we are talking what all is present inside a neutrophil. It also has a special mitochondria which plays an important role. Every cell has mitochondria. In case of and it has important role in every cell. In case of neutrophils, this mitochondria destroy enemy through oxidative phosphorylation. And neutrophils also have neutrophil extracellular traps. They do have extracellular traps which are called nets, and they are the web of fibers which is composed of chromatin and serine proteases, and it catches enemy. It helps in catching the enemy too. And extracellular foreign like bacteria are usually trapped by these NETs, neutrophil extracellular traps. When we come to their number, they are the most abundant granulocytes present in blood, and 60 to 65% of total circulating WBCs are neutrophils. If we count all the WBCs and we take out the percentage of neutrophils present in it, it will be 60 to 65%. That means they are the major, they are abundant in number. They are most abundant in number if we study all the leukocytes present in blood. And 1 liter of human blood contains 5 into 10 raised to power 9 neutrophils. So it is important for competitive exams to remember these numbers. What is the function of neutrophil? I have already told you. They are the cells patrolling through blood, and they are most abundant. So they, when get the signal that enemy is there, they are the first one to reach to the site of infection. And they are professional phagocytes. Phago is that they engulf and kill, and they do have bactericidal properties. As I have told about the granules present, I have talked about the granules. These granules have bactericidal properties, and they have properties of destroying protein. That means we know bacteria cell wall is usually made of polypeptides, and this neutrophils have capacity of destroying these polypeptides, cell wall of bacteria and other microorganisms. And they too have nets, and so they trap and kill microbes extracellularly too. Then next granulocytes that we are going to discuss is eosinophils. And eosinophils are phil, as we know, phil is a word which is derived from philine, and it means to love. So eosinophils love acidic dyes, and they usually the granules take reddish color when they are stained with acidic dyes, or they are usually they get stained by acidic dyes. So eosinophils have nuclei which is kidney shaped, and 2 to 4 lobes are there. And these cytoplasmic granules are, I have told you, they get stained by acidic dyes. And the role of eosinophil is they play a crucial role in killing parasites. Usually the parasites which are roaming in our tissues, and like whenever there is a cyst, and like Entamoeba histolytica infection. These are just examples, and you have other kind of these parasitic infection. These are the eosinophils are the first one to rush to them, and eosinophil granules also contain receptors that bind to IgE. IgE immunoglobulin is IgE immunoglobulin, and in coming lectures I will be talking about antibodies too, and then you will know this thing will be more clear to you through those lectures. And the other role of eosinophil is they are professional antigen presenting cells too. Now, what are antigen presenting cells? This too has will be discussed more in detail in further lectures. But here what we are going to remember are that these are the professional antigen presenting cells, and they catch the antigen and present it to other cells where those cells can take care of the antigen attack. What is antigen? That also we are going to discuss in more lectures. And other function of eosinophils is they regulate the function of other immune cells also. That means when they are antigen presenting cells, then there are other immune cells which will act on the antigen which has been presented by eosinophils. So they have this function. These two functions are correlated, and eosinophils also help in healing and repair of damaged tissues. This slide is important for people who are appearing for some kind of entrance exam, because on one slide you are going to get all the functions which eosinophils perform as immune cells. And when we are talking about the number, in adult human, 30 to 350 eosinophil per liter of blood is okay. If the number goes up, then one more thing here we can discuss is, which is not in the slide, mentioned in the slide, is there is condition when we add philia and pinia, two words to remember, philia and pinia. Philia will be increase in number and pinia will be lower in number. So both the conditions, increase in number and decrease in number, both is not normal. As I have mentioned, the normal number of neutrophils also, normal number of eosinophils also, which will be patrolling in the blood. So if their number increases because of n number of reasons, that will be abnormal. Both the increase in number and decrease in number of any of the leukocytes will be will considered as abnormal. And abnormal means when there is some kind of problem. So if the number of neutrophils rises more than the normal number, when it increases, then we call it neutrophilia. In the same way, if eosinophils increases, we call it eosinophilia. Basophils increase, we call this basophilia. And when they decrease in number, we use the suffix penia. So it is neutropenia, eosinopenia, and basopenia. What eosinophilia leads to, what neutrophilia leads to, that we will be talking in discussions when we will be discussing diseases. Here, I'm just introducing the immune cells. So we are concentrating on immune cells. Now coming to basophils. Basophils do have organelles like all other cells. They have nuclei, and they have lobed nuclei, chromatin filaments that connect the nuclei that I have already shown you. This is the nucleus. But in case the specific character of basophils is that this nucleus is usually hidden by, not very visible, because of the granules present on top of nucleus also. So it has more granules. And basophils is basic dye-loving granules. Basophils have basic dye-loving granules. And these granules of this like cytoplasm of this basophils usually conceal the nucleus. As you are seeing in the diagram, this nucleus is concealed by the granules of basophil. Now, the role of basophils. So as I have told you, a lot of granules are present in the cytoplasm of basophils, and these granules have histamine, heparin, chondroitin sulfate, peroxidase, platelet activating factor, and many other substances. Granules of granular leukocytes are very important, and especially the basophils granule. They have these histamine. You must have heard about histamine. Histamine is a chemical which is a vasodilator. That means it dilate the vessels of blood vessels and thus increase the permeability. So cells can rush to tissues as the permeability increases. Like just imagine a filter which was having a pore size, a smaller pore size, and suddenly the pore size increases. When the pore size increases, it will filter, it will start filtering molecules of bigger size also. Same thing happens. The pore size of blood vessels is increased by histamine. So it increases the permeability. Heparin thins, is a blood thinner. So it dilutes the blood. And there are these other more similar kind of characteristics. Other these molecules which are secreted by basophils also have similar kind of characteristics, which we will be going into more details as we will be reading more about this immunology. So what happens, these granules, basophil granules has histamine, heparin and all these molecules. And when they travel to site of infection, they release these histamines and all these molecules which are secreted. And what happens when histamine is released, as I told you, histamine is a vasodilator. And as this histamine is released, the blood vessels permeability increases, and the increase in permeability of blood vessel allows other leukocytes to also to rush to the site of infection. And other leukocytes will rush, and then prostaglandins will also be released, and this also contributes to increase blood flow to the site of infection. So when other this basophil is in fact a signaling molecule which will signal other leukocytes also to rush. There is a attack, and we all have to rush to that place. And so basophil is one of the granular leukocyte which will signal it will perform the function of protection by signaling and making other molecules to rush to the site where there is infection. And when others will rush, many type of chemicals will be secreted, molecules will be secreted, and they will be performing a function in a way so that they can protect the cells. Basophils number, when we talk about basophils number, adult human should have 0 to 300 basophils per microliter of blood. And increase in number, or in this, if you are not detecting any basophil, it will not be a problem. But absence of total basophils, again, there will be condition in which these there is no basophil. This is also a problem. So when we next granular leukocyte is mast cell, which is not a, basically they are the cells which have gone to the tissues. So mast cell is a cell which which is not present in the blood, which is not circulating in the blood, but it has gone to the tissues. So these cells are present in tissues, and they too contain granules, and they are involved in mediating inflammation. Now, inflammation is a big topic, but it is a process of protection, and we will be talking about inflammation also. Autoimmunity itself is one more chapter that we are going to read in the series of lectures, and as well as neuroimmune system. Neuroimmune system will also be talked in detail. But here, one thing should be remembered, that mast cell is also a type of granular leukocyte which is not traveling through blood, but they are present in tissues, and they are involved in protection through inflammation and generating autoimmunity, as well as neuroimmune system responses also. So this was all about granular leukocytes. And again, just a quick revision, that granular leukocytes are neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, and mast cells. They have granules in them. That is why they have granules in their cytoplasm. And neutrophils and eosinophils are multilobed, and their chromatin is easily visible, while the chromatin is not visible in case of basophils. And they all play important role in protecting of self. What is self is very important to know. Self is a human body in which they are present. So every individual human body is different from other. They may be genetically related, but immune cells, genetic relation, immune cells, we will read all this, how immune cells have a genetic genetically transferred from one human being to other, but they have their individuality too. So immunology is a very interesting subject. We are going to read it in detail, but I will like to receive your reviews. And if you like this, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.